You're not recording, are you?
I am. I did.
Jeez.
I started 10
Oh my
seconds.
gosh.
Welcome to the unplanned, unprepared, and unpredictable podcast. I am your host, Jeremy, and my co-host. Say your name.
Thomas.
Okay. All right. Can you say it like it's actually your name? I know it's not, but can you say it like it's your name?
Yeah,
It
Thomas.
didn't sound. Thomas is an ugly name.
Are you sure?
Am I sure?
Are you sure that's an ugly name?
I could be alienating some viewers.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways,
Oh my
welcome
gosh.
to our podcast where we have unplanned conversations, unprepared conversations, and unpredictable conversations.
You're right. We could literally call everything like unprepared topics, unplanned topics,
Uh-huh.
and unpredictable topics.
Yeah.
It all works.
Wait, real quick, can you do it correctly? Go! Do it
Yeah.
correctly. Go.
Unplanned topics, unprepared hosts that result in unpredictable
Are
conversations.
we sure that's it? Is that written down somewhere? Can we make sure?
Go to the first episode or the second or
Okay,
whatever.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that either.
Okay, anyways. All right. Hey, man, you know what? This is like 2 or 3 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
That actually hasn't been the case in a while. So I'm proud of us. I'm very proud of us.
I am.
What is it? 36, 37?
I think this is gonna be. Let me look it up. This is gonna be 38.
Oh my God, that's
38.
We've been doing this for like a year and 3 months, and we're not even halfway to our goal of 100 episodes.
No, it's gonna take 2 more years probably.
Oh my God. God. Okay. All right. I'm gonna start looking for my replacement. I can't keep doing this. Like, this is grueling. Like we are doing the bare minimum. Does it feel difficult to you? Is it just me?
I think it's just you.
No, listen, but we skip a lot. We skip
But you know what's
a
you know
lot.
what's crazy too? You know what's crazy too? You barely do anything. Like you're literally just here to record,
Uh-huh.
and all the post-production stuff is me.
What you mean? Okay. Tell me exactly. So, yes, I press record and I upload the file to our Google Drive. What do you do? Probably just upload and press a button?
No, I download the audio file.
That's
I
one
put it
button.
into
Okay.
I put it into a video editor. Well,
Oh,
first I put it through an audio editor to normalize sound.
all right.
And then I put it into a video editor so that it has the cover and updates the episode name, which also I have to come up with an episode name.
Oh, okay.
And then
Okay.
I upload it to the podcast platforms and to YouTube.
Okay.
And
But
then-
okay, that's step
and
though.
then-
That's
and-
step
and
though.
then- hold on,
Okay.
listen, I'm not done. I'm
Okay.
not done.
Okay. All right.
And then I have to put it into the AI tool that clips everything, but I have to schedule when everything comes out. Like, it's a tedious process.
No, but okay. But step 3, uploading to all the things.
Uh-huh.
It is a significant step, sure. Okay, but you just upload it into a thing, and then it uploads to all the other platforms. Isn't that correct?
No.
No. Oh,
No, because I have to upload it into YouTube.
like you have to do. Oh, okay.
YouTube's not a
Oh,
podcast
so
platform.
2 places. You have to upload to 2
Yeah.
places. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
That's 2 more than
You're
you.
right. Hey, I didn't say anything yet. I haven't said anything yet. Okay.
That's infinitely
And then-
more work than you do.
And that's nerdy. That's nerdy to say. It's just one more. But anyway, the 4th step was what was the 4th step? Oh, schedule. So, but the scheduling, the schedule is already set. You just put it in there though. You upload, which you set
No.
up. No, you actually have to put in times
Yes.
every time.
So it's like, no, honestly, like if I were to drop dead, right? Like, would you
Whoa.
be able to go and do all this?
You
wouldn't even know where to
I
start.
don't know where it is. Yep, I don't know where
Yeah,
any of
you
it is.
wouldn't know. Yeah,
Yeah, you know
exactly.
what? I have come to very much but I'm the star of the show. Come on, the star of the show. You're mostly producer. You're just the guy I'm bouncing ideas off of. Like that. Conan doesn't do any of that stuff. Come
You
on.
know what though? It's a role that I took because there was a void and I was the only one who could do it.
I have been avoiding it. Okay, okay,
Yeah, you know that
okay, okay. What?
I think this type of podcast it works the best when there's kind of one wacky personality and someone
Sure.
else who's a little bit more grounded
Yeah,
to
yeah.
yeah, right? The wacky personality anyone can do
No,
it. You just do it.
no, you
Like
can't.
do you want to go double wacky and just say whatever comes to mind too without being
Oh, that would be frightening.
grounded?
Yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
can you still do the background stuff? All right, you know what? Let's see how this episode goes. But please continue to do the other stuff. I very much appreciate it. Yep. I,
No, I'm just saying,
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying if it comes down to a skills issue, I feel like I could do either or. I don't feel like you could last more than maybe 10 minutes being the voice of reason guy, the grounded realist who kind of tethers the
I don't even
conversation forward.
so I'm a little more unstable. Yeah, sure, but I think I'm
Oh,
very
little.
reasonable and rational. It's not like I say things that are like, insane, that are
No, I don't
borderline
think
criminal. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about some criminal stuff?
About my life or in general?
About your life?
No, look. There are what's that word called?
Uh-huh.
Like anyway, there are irresponsibilities, but nothing illegal has ever. I've never done anything illegal that is not common.
Yeah.
Yeah, irresponsible.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm,
But
mm, mm.
all right, I thanks. I didn't know, and I know now. After 38 episodes, I appreciate it. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. It's the dynamic that works. So why mess with it, right? It's just I'm not saying I'm gonna do this, now you do that. It's just you need to recognize that you can if you want to, you can continue believing you're the star, but without me, there is no
Huh?
show. Like there
Uh,
is absolutely no show without me. Because you know why I know?
why?
Remember we each did the monologue episodes?
Yeah,
How involved were you in my monologue episode?
zero.
Yeah, how involved was I in your monologue
I
episode?
listened to it. You did that.
No,
The big background stuff probably. I don't know.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so that
Hey, okay.
proves
Listen. But
this.
sure.
No, this podcast
Uh,
can go on without you. It absolutely cannot go on
no.
without me.
Listen, that one week you told me to post stuff. I did. Yeah.
What?
One week I did it myself. 1 week.
I'm 1,000% sure that didn't
That
happen.
happened. There was something. So I can't remember. Okay, I don't even know where I would find this information. Maybe through our text. I'm
No,
telling you, one
exactly,
of the
exactly.
episodes, I had
All
to
right, you know
go
what? Let's do this.
into
Let's do this.
what?
When this is done,
No,
you take care of
no,
everything.
no. I
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
I would need. Can you type it up and then tell me
No.
and save it somewhere? No,
No.
just in case.
No.
Put it in our Google Drive. Hey, what if you die and I have to
Yeah, you're
continue this
right.
myself? Can you
And you
just
can't. That's the
I
point.
I
The point is the
it dies
show
with you? Hey,
the
man.
show must go on, but it
Okay, can you just
cannot
tell me the
without me.
website? What was that website name? Ah,
No,
frick.
exactly. You cannot
All right,
no.
give me a hint. What was the website
No.
name? The clipping
No.
clipping. Okay.
No, I'm not gonna mention it because they don't first of all, they don't sponsor us. Why give them unnecessary and free press, right?
I think people will be deterred from using it based on the quality of the product that we produce.
You're right.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, yeah, you're right.
Hey, no
You're right.
offense to. Hey, you know what the clippers, the clipping website. Actually, I think they're. So I do listen to some of our clips once in a while, and I do listen to episodes once in a while. The clips they cut out some of the like the dead space, the silence,
Uh-huh.
and I think that was cool. That's it. That was one of the
Yeah.
advancements I noticed in the clipping quality of our clips.
You know what though? I don't like that because it changes the conversation.
Oh, like it
Like
feels different, the flow.
no, the flow and also the dead space is just as much part of the conversation as the words.
So I don't know. So I guess a guy who does that needs to look into that because I I don't even know where to even. Is it a setting or is it automatic? You know?
No, actually, it is a setting. I turned it on, so it's
Huh?
for the clips. For the clips, it's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
For the clips,
Then
it's
why are
fine.
you
But
arguing against it?
no, but what
Okay.
I'm saying is
All
for
right.
the, listen, listen,
Yeah.
listen. If you're
Yeah.
a listener and you found this podcast just through the clips, I will say this: no matter what you think about the clips, the whole full episodes are marginally better. So maybe give it a go.
It's
If this is,
marginally a little bit
yeah,
like
it's a little
so.
bit better.
It's better than zero. Better.
Yeah,
All right, I agree. No,
it is. It is. Yeah.
the clips are so the clips they start in random places and end in random places. So
But they also sometimes like take out chunks of
from two different
the
conversations.
conversation. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. That was very
No, I
very
mean,
interesting. What? Let's just move on. I don't
yeah.
know. Let's move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Any? I didn't watch the. I don't even remember the name of the show you told me to watch.
Shrinking?
Okay.
Oh my
I was gonna
gosh.
say Discharge. I don't know why.
What is wrong with you?
That sounds really
Have you watched
gross.
anything?
I so right now because of my I will share this with our viewing audience, our audience member.
Hmm.
Um, I started school, so I have a full time job and I do school, like nights and weekends. So, like content other than stuff I have on in the background, no. Oh, I saw Demon Slayer. Have you seen Demon Slayer?
Oh, I really wanted to, but I haven't.
Oh,
Is
can
it
we
good?
spoil some of it, or are you like really into it?
No, yeah, don't
Well,
tell
okay.
me.
What about the length of the movie? Do you know how long it is?
No, how long is it?
2 hours and like 35 minutes. You know what's really crazy about movies nowadays? The previews. When I was younger, like 20 years ago, 15
Uh,
minutes. Guess how long the previews for this movie was?
was it 45 minutes?
That's crazy. Do you think that would be insane? No,
I feel like sometimes they are.
that is insanity. That should be illegal. Like that's doesn't that if it. Okay, so this one, the movie
Okay,
started at one.
okay. Maybe 30 minutes is kind of
So
like
about like 25, 30 minutes. It started at 150 and the movie
uh-huh.
didn't start until like 2025. Something crazy. 30 minutes of previews?
Wow.
Like
Wow. Wait,
the
2025? It didn't start until the year 2025.
20
What did you just say?
what did I say? 10? So the movie started 20 uh 20 or 25 between there, like minute 20 and
Oh,
25 of the next hour. So it started at
okay.
150 and then
Uh-huh.
220 or 225 somewhere around there. That's when the movie actually started. Oh my god. We got there late and then we had time to buy our snacks, get in our seats, use the bathroom, and the movie like was still 20 more minutes of previews. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man is coming out with a movie apparently. We saw that preview twice. Like they had it twice in the previews.
What?
Yeah, there was two separate previews for Chainsaw Man movie.
No, maybe you're talking about because they have like commercials before the official trailers begin.
That's what I'm talking about. What are we
Maybe.
talking about?
Oh, well, no, like
Movie
previews.
previews before the actual movie.
No, no, there's previews that are like the official previews. But then before that, there are like when you're there before the movie time slot,
Uh-huh.
they have like commercials. And sometimes they have little bits of like movies in them as well.
Look, when I was growing up, well, I guess maybe some of it was commercials, but when I was growing up, you got to the movie at 150, 15 minutes of like movie previews for future movies, and then the movie started. This was almost 30 minutes of just random stuff. Like, there's no need, there's no reason to be on time for a movie. You can just walk in pretty much however you feel. It's
This is
ridiculous.
whatever. Yeah. No, my rule of thumb is if I get there on time, I have plenty of time to get like popcorn and all of
Yeah,
that before getting in. I usually like to get there maybe 10 minutes into like whenever the start time was
10 minutes
supposed to be.
later, yeah.
Yeah. And then buy my popcorn, find my seat, get settled in.
Yeah, I have to start doing that because I didn't realize like wow, it was unbelievable. I think like this past year and a half or 2 years, I've seen like three movies,
Mm.
and yeah, it's it's I guess I understand why they do it. They make money doing that. So what does that mean? They're just gonna keep increasing the number of commercials and movie previews,
Maybe.
and then one day
But
it'll
you,
be an
you know,
hour.
but that it's an optimization game because it's not just linear in terms of how much money they get. Like it can't increase the amount of previews forever to make money because at a certain point you cannibalize on the number of available hours for showings,
No, you know what?
like
Okay,
actual
so
movie
you know
showings.
what's really crazy about that? The show times. So one, like a movie should be about an hour and a half or something like that. Like I would, what's the average movie length? But yeah, the longer your movie is, the less show times there are in a day, and
Mm,
then the less money everybody makes, right?
mm.
But like this movie already was 2.5 hours long, which is pretty long for a movie. 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Yeah.
And then 40, yeah, wait, what is it? It's 25, 30 minutes of commercials and previews. So you oh my gosh, like that is so I don't get it. Yeah, cuz you only get a few showings a day. And when I tried to book, there were very few, like the options for showtimes are so limited. We had to watch at an awkward time in the day. I don't know, nothing makes sense to me.
Yeah.
You think movie theaters still make money?
I think they're struggling,
Struggling?
probably.
Yeah. I mean, like movies
Probably, right?
nowadays too, they're all just remakes of things. There aren't a lot of new original content.
And the companies like Disney, I feel like they kind of shot themselves in the foot with the whole streaming service because I know whatever movie they release, Marvel, Disney, whatever, I know that eventually it's going to get on Disney Plus. So
Yeah.
a lot of those movies I skip because I'm thinking, well, it's going to be on streaming that I already pay for. So might as well do that. But, with other movies like the DCU, I'm not necessarily going to skip out on watching all of them in the theaters because I don't know if it's a guarantee that they're gonna come on a specific streaming service immediately
Oh, I
following.
see. So if it's like a Disney product, it'll eventually get to where you already are paying.
Yeah.
But like the Superman movie too, I feel like it came out of theaters really fast.
Mm.
No? Is that just how I felt?
Well, no. It came out of theaters into digital. I think that's the normal length, but you still have to pay for it.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I did
So
pay
so
for it.
there's yeah, there's always, even with the Marvel and Disney movies, there's always a length of time where it's available to purchase on digital before it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah. The only reason I would
Yeah.
watch a movie in theaters is one, like I'm so excited about it, I can't wait. But two, like TVs nowadays, you can get like my TV's like 75 inches, which is pretty big. If you sit pretty close,
Yeah.
it feels
Yeah.
humongous. And it was only like not only, but like it was like 700-800 bucks, which is pretty cheap compared to how much they were before. And the quality is very very good. And like you can buy sound bars, and it sounds really good. But like the only benefit of going to a movie theater, because the seats we sat in, not very comfortable. Like if you have really nice stadium seats with that recline, sure, maybe that's kind of nice. And the popcorn, I had popcorn and soda. It was like 18 bucks, something ridiculous.
Mhm.
The only benefit I think Demon Slayer is a good example because it is a spectacle.
Right.
You want to see, like, part of the reason I like Demon Slayer, and I think a lot of people appreciate what they appreciate about it is the art, and it's visually appealing and stunning. And when you watch it in IMAX or on a larger screen, I think there is a benefit to it. Like Top Gun too. Top Gun, I regret not watching it in theaters because I think it would have been more thrilling. Because when I first saw it, I had no expectation. I was watching it on my laptop. And then
Mhm.
when I watched it, I was like, wow, this movie is like so good. It's unbelievable. And I what's it called? Like it was I was disappointed that I didn't get to see it in theaters. So, only benefit of movie theater, it's the giant screen experience. Other than that, there's another movie. Sorry, I'm talking a lot, but Thunderbolt. Who cares if you see it on a big screen? It was a movie that I was looking forward to, but did not care at all to whether or not to. Plus, I wasn't really excited about it. Like I was excited about it, but not as excited I was when Avengers movies came out. But anyways,
I was waiting for you to be done. You're done?
This is the medium. This is the
Oh,
medium, my friend.
okay.
I'm
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
supposed to. We're supposed to.
Yeah.
We're only 20 minutes in. Okay, go
Hey,
ahead. Yeah,
you know what's funny about this though? Like I don't even know what to respond to. There was so much
nothing to
there.
respond. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, there's plenty of things to respond to. I just
So the
can't grasp it.
point, the topic
But
we're
anyways, let me. Hey,
discussing. You said
wow,
you
you
said you
can't
didn't
give
have
me
you
you
didn't.
can't give
Okay.
me 2 minutes. What I was gonna say
Your
is
response was you didn't know what to say. Go ahead.
I know, but
All
I
right.
know.
All right. All
So
right.
I think theaters, it's also like there's a community aspect to it too. Like there are some
Oh.
movies
Yeah.
that are just more fun watching with other people. Like for example, I took my two girls to go watch the K-pop Demon Hunters movie in theaters when they were playing it on theaters for like a weekend.
Oh.
And that one's a little bit unique because of how big it is, but everyone who was there watching it, they were like super fans. Everyone's screaming at the top of their lungs, like singing along to the songs, and it feels different than when you're watching it at home, right? Because there's like people reacting to it around you. And I think that there's part of that too. When you go watch a movie, you hear the and like the screams or the laughter, and it adds something to the experience.
So if
And you
I
know,
yeah.
sorry, case in point, since you like Avengers so much, Avengers Infinity War, when there's a scene where Iron Man is talking to like the Guardians, and somebody makes a joke, and Iron Man kind of stares at Drax, I believe, and there's like a awkward pause, as if it's like it almost feels dramatic because of how long the pause is and like what the stare's like. And I was thinking, why did I not realize this before? And it was because I realized that in theaters, that awkward silence is filled with laughter from the audience. Like people are laughing during that kind of pause. So I think, yeah, some movies are actually even designed for that too. And so it is a different experience watching it at home, no matter how big your TV is, by yourself versus watching it in a theater full of other people.
Yeah, I think I wanted to watch Demon Slayer with some people, so I'm part of some organization. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I'm part of this group where we get together once in a while, and I put it in our big group chat. Oh, I'm gonna go watch Demon Slayer. Who wants to come? I think 9 people total came. Half of them had to watch YouTube recaps because they are not fans of Demon Slayer. I'm not gonna lie, totally ruined my experience. A lot of complaining, a lot of criticism. I don't really get what's going on. So things that
Uh,
have a cult following, like Demon Slayer,
uh,
honestly, like you can't argue with ignorance. You just don't know what you don't know. Because if you even if you just remember when we saw the first Demon Slayer movie, I walked out of out
yeah,
of the theater like like this that was unbelievable to me. Like how
yeah,
good that was. Like was
yeah,
that your experience too?
yeah,
Like really really good, right?
yeah, yeah.
You want because even if they just saw the first movie and if they some of them didn't realize that this was part one of 3 parts, so I
Mm,
get it, but they're
uh-huh.
like the movie was so long, like I don't really get it. It's just demons fighting and people with swords fighting. Then, and I was like, I'm gonna go alone next time.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
you have to be surrounded by
the
people who
right
know the
people. I
movie.
agree. I agree.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
movies, some
And
movies.
yeah, some movies. And particularly like this. Yeah, you can't I wouldn't watch Demon Slayer with a room filled with people who don't know what Demon
Yeah,
Slayer
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
There's just too
yeah.
much backstory,
That's
too
right.
much context, too much lore that's already been established that I'm sure the movie doesn't reestablish. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So things with cult followings. Is there another way to say that? Cult following is like fanatics, crazy people who really love it. Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Obsession. I don't
So
know.
yeah, if but not a lot of movies fall into that category, right?
Yeah.
The
No, yeah.
one of the things I okay, so one thing I like, and it's like a totally new genre, but I went to an IU concert in like real life, and I sat in like the cheap one of the cheapest seats available. I still honestly had the time of my life, one of the best concerts I've ever been to, even though I was so far away. And then IU concert came out in theaters, and when I went, totally different experience, but just as
Oh
fun.
yeah.
Just as fun.
Interesting.
Like
Huh.
visually, because oh my gosh, she's just beautiful and she sings so good. Like, oh, I was mesmerized watching that movie, and it was
Mm,
fun watching it with people in that theater, who are also fans of IU.
mm,
So that's
yeah.
and like Taylor Swift. I know some people went to the Taylor Swift movie and they like loved it. The whole room was like crazy and they're all singing. So it was like a concert in the theater. I
Yeah.
think that is something that it's like that is the benefit of going to watch in the movie theater. But I think most movies, so if it doesn't have a cult following, if it's not a concert movie, then I don't know. It's just I don't see the benefit because you're gonna pay like 15 for a cheap ticket, right? A regular ticket. Then if you get popcorn and snack, that's like $30. You can just buy the whole movie when it comes out.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah.
there
There are,
are yeah.
we are social creatures. I think the community aspect of doing things with other people really changes things. Another case
Yeah.
in point on that is my family. We went to Disney World once, and we went. We like stayed really late, like past the fireworks. So it was like 10 at night, and it was like minutes before the park was closing. And we rode like one of the rides, and literally nobody else was in line. Like, it was just our family in that ride,
How is that
and it's one
possible?
of those.
Like
It's
people leave early?
well, yeah. Well, most people leave after the fireworks,
Uh-huh.
and this was like a kiddie ride. It wasn't
Oh,
like
I see.
a high demand ride. So this was I don't know. Have you been to this one?
Not since I was like a little kid, no.
Oh, well, this was like the Little Mermaid ride, where it's like you're basically in just like a big warehouse, and there's a lot of like animatronics going around, and you're just on a seat, just kind of watching the animatronics dance and music. So when the ride is filled with people, it feels different versus when you're by yourself. So like,
Ah.
to be honest, we were kind of scared. Like we were so aware that we were the only ones in the large space, and yeah, there was something scary about that. So even though the experience itself is designed to be pretty personal, like you're not interacting with anybody else, right? You're just kind of riding the ride. Even then, when you're by yourself, it feels different. Yeah.
So like it's like a fun kiddie ride, but because you guys were on it alone, it felt scary and eerie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was at night. It was a dark room, and it's always think about, oh, what happens if the ride breaks down and we're kind of like stranded here by ourselves. Like
Interesting.
if the other seats had people in them, I wouldn't be as scared if the ride were to break down and we're stranded, right? Because it's you feel something about there being more people, but when you're by yourself, yeah, very different experience.
I'm gonna assume like even though so I'm sure movies nowadays make so much less money than before.
Mm,
Like unless it's like a very unique movie situation.
yeah.
But I wonder how much they make because of streaming services. Cause I mean, if we were like losing money, so if you combine theater runs and then like how much you make after on streaming services, if we were losing money overall, you would probably I don't know do something to get people to go back to watching movies in real life and like at the theaters. But I assume they're making a lot of money. Like Disney, is it because Disney has so much money they don't care, or regardless of what they do, whether it's in a theater or whether it goes like really quickly to the streaming service, they make money either way.
I think yeah, they're making both, right? They're making money on both.
Yeah,
But one thing I've learned is there's no such thing as they don't care because they make so much money.
yeah.
Yeah, if there's a division of the company, even for a company as big as Disney, like they would not keep doing it unless there's a specific reason to, you know. Like, well, one thing with Amazon is Amazon apparently the actual like delivery service part of Amazon doesn't make the most profit. Like the most profit comes from their AWS, like or their data services warehouse or whatever thing that they do. It makes the most money, but they have a specific reason, like brand recognition, like people, everyday people who utilize the delivery service. Like they have a reason to keep that going. But in most other cases, I don't think they just do it for fun. Like Disney's not going to be like, or we're losing billions of dollars, but we have billions more, so let's just keep churning out movies.
Like they recently, I feel like, especially so, like let's take Marvel as an example. A lot of Marvel movies recently, I feel like they bombed, and these
Yeah.
cost 100, 200 million, maybe more than that, right? That's how much a big budget movie is nowadays.
Yeah.
So then, like, but they keep making them. They keep making
No,
new
but
series. Yeah,
their strategy has changed drastically,
yeah.
right? It used to be they were just making things left and right, but they've slowed down dramatically.
Right now,
The Yeah, I mean, because if you think about in like the last 2 years, all the movies and shows that came out compared to like let's compare like 2020 to like 2023, and then compare like 2023 till now. I think the movies and TV shows per month is probably going to be much lower.
so you think they realize, oh, we no, but it's been a joke for like I feel like for years. How
Yeah, I mean,
every yeah.
I think Kevin Feige literally came out and said, "Yeah, we got to make pivots. We got to make changes."
Mm.
Yeah.
after after like a dozen things just flopped and bombed.
Yeah, but because, it takes time for production and filming and stuff like that. So it's not like they can pivot right away. It takes time,
Oh, it's
right?
like it was already like money spent, so they had to finish it anyway.
Probably. Like with Ironheart, I heard Ironheart didn't do that well on streaming, but it was set up in Black Panther 2. So is it easy for them to just be like, well, let's just forget this character that we established and the one that we've been saying we're gonna make a TV show about?
See, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like for them, they think like let's say they were halfway through shooting Ironheart because they plan to because they set it up in Black Panther and they plan to like eventually make it into something, right? Something a separate thing.
Yeah, TV show.
Yeah, like uh, because unless they're gonna keep using this character, I think if you still have a long way to go, or maybe like I don't know how things are made. Maybe they put all the money up front. I don't think so. Because even
Yeah.
like and like salaries for NBA players, they don't make $50 million in one paycheck. It's divided like a normal person, twice a month.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah,
an NBA player, it affects one person, but a movie affects a team of people.
no, that's what I'm saying. Is it because they're being nice? I don't think it's being nice, but they could just be like, "Hey, we're gonna stop this. Where it's gonna lose money. We don't believe it's gonna do well, and this is not a character we're gonna keep using anyway. So we're just gonna cancel this. Like, especially for a TV show, like we're gonna
No,
cancel this show. Why
I think
couldn't that have happened?
they did do that.
To
They did
who?
that plenty of times. Like Blade, they've been that's been in production limbo for a long time.
But production
Um,
limbo is like no progress. Like it's just we were planning to do it, but we haven't really like made concrete,
yeah,
details.
but if that was something that they really wanted to do, I'm sure they would have done it, right?
So, but I'm talking about something they set up. Like, well, yeah, Blade. Okay, Blade is I don't like remakes or really like sequels many years later. I'm not a big fan of that stuff right now. I mean, some of them are done well and fun, but mostly just they feel like money grabs. But like Blade is like a totally different thing. But Ironheart, it's like we set it up. Oh, okay. Go back. I'm gonna assume they were able to cancel Blade because no progress has been made. But I'm saying like for Ironheart, let's say, oh, we started shooting some of it. We got we well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff if you're already shooting, like hiring the people behind the scenes, people in front of the camera. A lot of things have to happen. But if I was a cold corporate machine, I'd just be like, it doesn't matter. We just cut our losses now because if this is not a character we're gonna continue to use, and if we don't think this is, if we feel like we're gonna lose money anyway when we finish, I don't know why they wouldn't just be like, hey, let's just cancel it, even though we've started already. There's a big
I don't
difference.
think I don't think they can anticipate this is gonna bomb. Like Well, one of the things I know for sure they've done,
Yeah.
right, is like with the Snow White movie, they realized during the promotional cycle that the movie was gonna bomb, so they stopped promoting it. Like there was supposed to be a big like grand op or what's the premiere? There was supposed to be a big open premiere to celebrate the movie when they first opened or first released, I guess. But they canceled that and they made it a much apparently a much more private uh premiere. So I do think they can cut their losses on the promotional side. But yeah, I think it takes time because even for something as especially for something as intricate and big as the MCU, like I feel like there are certain things that you kind of have to do, right? Before saying we're gonna kind of scrap things and move forward. Like
Um,
with Ironheart, right?
like
Like
the
they
yeah.
need a replacement for Iron Man. And
Oh, but I don't. I mean, maybe it'll be her. But like I don't understand it from like a financial perspective. Maybe because I don't really okay, like Snow White for example. Maybe they're thinking, oh, you know what? We're this movie is probably gonna bomb. I think everybody predicted it would bomb. Like the reviews were pretty horrible. I think. Wait, let's. Do you know what the reviews were like? Let's say I'm not a big. I mean, I know Rotten Tomatoes isn't a perfect thing, but let me look it up.
no, I think even before the reviews, because this was even before
That's what I'm saying.
premiere.
Yeah, yeah. Like because of all the controversy they faced,
Yeah,
and um, but like see again, like this is it's another example of just a remake, which is so confusing and weird to me. Like why a live action remake? You ever like one of those? What's a live action remake that you've liked?
Cobra Kai.
Live action remake? No, it's a remake, but I'm talking about like that. But it's a new story. This is just
Oh,
yeah. They're
you're talking
just
about like turning an animated thing into a live action
yeah,
thing?
yeah. Because they're not
Yeah,
really
yeah,
changing
yeah.
the story. They're just retelling the story with new characters. You know?
Apparently, the Lion King made a bunch of money.
Really?
That's why they made Mufasa.
I mean, it
Yeah,
is. I guess it's new generation of viewers because if you didn't watch the old stuff, you could watch the new stuff. But
yeah.
okay, like for example, I think everybody thought because of the controversy and because of yeah, like all these like criticisms of the like the changes they made in the movie that were seen through previews on Rotten Tomatoes right now, Snow White has 38%. So I'm gonna wait. Should we just look up actual numbers? How much money did Snow White lose? Ah, so
Does it
it
say?
cost 270 to make.
Hmm.
Global marketing 111 million and other expenses. Anyway, so the first result on Google, Disney lost maybe 115 million dollars. So like 100 million dollars. I actually feel like that is pretty reasonable and possible, very very possible.
Oh,
That's a lot of money. And
that is a lot of money.
I guess
Yeah.
so okay, so here's my thinking. If I knew that the movie was going to bomb, I would still put it out because I guess you have no other choice depending, but w- I feel like very early they knew, man, this movie is going to be big trouble. Yeah, and like, smart people who do math, I'm sure they could have predicted it long before it was released. But anyway, let's say
No,
yeah,
at that point, I think it's loss minimization,
just
right?
release it
If you,
anyway and make some money.
yeah, it's better to lose 100 million than to lose 270 million, right? Like if you've made the movie and it cost you 270 million to make, then you know, and you're trying to not just lose all of that. That's possible. But also like DC, right?
Uh
They weren't doing that great with their slate of movies. So remember they made the whole Batman or the Batwoman movie, but they completely canceled it. They didn't release it.
oh,
I think they finished filming on that and they were like well into production. But or maybe they were like finished with it too, but they straight up just never released it. So I do think sometimes it
sometimes they
makes
do
sense
that.
to do that. Yeah. But all that to say though, yeah, I do think Marvel is trying to right the ship. But from reports of what I heard, the numbers of Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, like I don't know, it's not looking good. I think Avengers Doomsday might be like if that doesn't do well, then that's gonna be kind of the
Hmm.
nail in the coffin. I think.
When is that coming out?
Isn't that next year?
Next year.
2026, I think.
So they're probably filming it now.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like a self-contained movie. Like the plot, it's gonna begin and end with that movie, or is it like beginning things? I have no idea.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I mean, because it's who knows? Like, it's obviously gonna involve Doctor Doom, but we've already seen Doctor Doom appear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Lilo and
who knows?
Stitch, budget of 100 million, made 910 global. That's actually, I'm shocked by that.
Yeah, yeah. Lilo and Stitch apparently did really well. I remember
Okay.
hearing that. Yeah,
Winners made a lot of the Minecraft movie made a ton of movie,
ton of money.
ton of money, 150 to making 954. That's insane, almost $1 billion.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking.
So
Snow White, a budget of 250, they made 205 at the box office. So yeah, like 100, probably like yeah, 100 million loss.
yeah,
Oh God, Mission Impossible. The budget was 400. Guess how much they made global box office?
how much?
Guess.
300.
Oh, 540. But still, I thought they would make,
Oh,
a lot more money, no?
I heard the last one. Just because I heard the last one didn't do that well. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Was it good?
I'm not sure if I would call it good, but I enjoyed it.
Huh.
I did enjoy it.
Was it better than
No,
the one before it?
just no.
No?
I don't think it was better than it. Like
Any of
it
them?
was just too much like plot armor. It was just too much like
Mm.
they knew where they wanted to go and they just made everything go that way versus it feel like natural and makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but this is a flop. Even if you make $140 million more than what your budget was, it's a flop.
Yeah. Because you're spending hundreds of million on promotion. Yeah.
Man, that blow. Oh gosh, Elo? What's Elo? Elio? Elio?
Yeah. Elio?
Did
Yeah.
you watch that?
No.
I didn't even know. I've maybe I've seen one commercial on this. I have no clue what this movie was about. But anyway, 150, and the global box office was 34.9.
That's crazy.
Is it?
That's impressive. No,
Oh,
that's impressive that for a Pixar movie, that's a Pixar
oh.
movie, right?
I don't know. Oh yeah, Pixar. Yep,
Yeah.
Pixar made
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Oh,
There used to be a time when you heard Pixar was releasing a movie and it was like a Tarantino movie coming out.
what?
You knew it was going to be a
What are
banger.
bad Pixar movies? I feel like they didn't market this one at all. Maybe they just see like they put it out, but they knew it was bad, so they didn't try to promote it. Like I have no clue what this movie was about.
And some of the recent flops, I think Turning Red was a flop. I think Lightyear didn't do that well. What
I
else?
enjoyed Lightyear, but yeah,
Yeah, I don't think it did well. I think the
Turning
the
Red.
you don't even know what that is, right?
The Asian one,
Yeah.
but that one is reviewed really well. People like it, but I guess people didn't care to watch it.
That was I think during COVID. Like it didn't release in theaters.
Oh, I
So
see.
there
Maybe
were
that's
things
why.
like that.
But
Yeah.
just unlucky timing. But I heard good things. Like I've seen movie reviewers talk about it, and they really enjoyed it. But I'm yeah, I have no interest in seeing it.
No, but there was a time period like during like Finding Nemo and Toy Story, Cars, like all of that during that phase.
Yeah.
Literally every time Pixar released a movie, they wouldn't even market it super wide. Like they would release like snippets of this type of movie, and people would flock to the
Yeah.
theaters.
You know
Like
what?
Pixar could do no wrong.
The
Yeah.
reason why I don't think it's just because Pixar's quality has gone down. It's because we don't care. People, I honestly do not care to go to the movies. But when I was
No, I
younger,
no,
it was
the
something really,
quality has
really
gone down
fun. Oh, you think the quality has gone down?
for sure.
But like it
Think
used to
about
be something you're excited to go and watch movies and stuff. I don't know. Maybe as a
because they
grown
were
up, yeah.
good.
You
but
know
they were
what?
good.
As a group,
Oh.
no, maybe there are good movies nowadays.
Like objectively speaking, right? Was Thunderbolts better than
Any
Iron Man,
no.
Avengers,
Well, it's
even
because
the Guardians?
it's because when well, so the earlier like when Avengers and the Marvel were first starting, like especially when they were creating but these are reused characters, you know? Like Iron Man felt like a brand new thing, and then after Iron Man, you know, everybody felt like a brand new thing. It felt new. Now
Yeah,
they're beating dead horses to death
yeah,
again. That's why. I think that's why. Like there's nothing new and interesting. Maybe it's our
yeah.
fault. Maybe no, maybe our brains are just rotten now and like nothing is interesting to us because our brains are so like there's so much like we're stimulated by so many different things all over the place and it's harder to get our attention or you know, interest us.
Hey, give me 1 second.
Sure.
Are we recording still?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Do a monologue. Do a
Monologue.
monologue.
Anyway, I used to enjoy going to movies, but nowadays, I mean, I can't think of. You know what? Here, let's see the best performing movies of 2025 so far this year. Here we go. Box Office Mojo 2025. What the heck is Neza 2? What the heck is this? Neza 2, a great catastrophe. The souls of Neza and Ao Bing are saved, but their bodies are bodies face ruin, but their bodies face ruin. Okay, what does this
What,
mean?
what are you talking about?
There's this movie called Neza 2, and it's the most successful movie of 2025.
What?
It 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 worldwide it made 1.9 billion dollars. NEZHA 2. The Lilo and Stitch made
Oh,
$1 billion worldwide.
this is like that. This is like that Chinese movie.
How did it make so much money?
I mean, Chinese people probably.
China gross. What is this? Gross
Yeah,
release date gross 1.8 in just China? Wait, that's insane. Okay.
yeah. I mean, more than, I mean, Chinese people outnumber U.S. by what? 3 to 1?
Wait, hold
Oh
on.
no,
So
6 to 1?
let's say China's like 2 billion people. Is that fair?
Uh huh. Uh huh.
So then if a movie ticket's let's say like $10, low, it's like $10.
Uh huh.
So then only 10% of their population has to watch movies to make $1 billion, like $2 billion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that math right?
If it's $10, only 10. Yeah, I think so.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I think we.
Wait,
I think
right?
yeah, because it's divided by 10 and times 10.
Oh, no, no, wait. Okay, let's do the math. So 10% of the population of two billion is 200 million
Yeah, times 10.
times 10. Yeah, $2 billion. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Anyways,
Wow,
what
wow,
else? What
wow,
else is going
wow,
on,
wow, wow. Charlie Kirk. I wanted to bring that guy up. Wow.
dude? You know,
Yeah,
did you watch the video?
I couldn't find it. I actually looked for it. I
No,
couldn't find it.
it's you shouldn't watch it.
It's gruesome. It's like horrible.
There's I don't know what it is, but not a public death, like a celebrity death. There hasn't been a single celebrity death that has like it impacted me as much as this. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's because he felt more like a non-celebrity or because he like I don't know.
Like you're saying, you
It,
felt funny.
I felt maybe it's even close to like feeling like a personal loss.
Oh, I see. You know what?
Yeah.
I feel very similar to that, and I'm trying to figure out why I kind of feel like that. But what was your opinion overall about this person? Did you know him that well? Like, did you follow his like
Yeah,
debates?
no, I I I saw plenty of his stuff. I didn't agree 100% with him, but I thought he was pretty reasonable.
Like
Was
the Republican beliefs that he had.
so maybe it's just my algorithm, but most of what I saw was his religious beliefs.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
about Jesus.
yeah.
Oh, you know, okay. So, I, I, I don't. I feel like okay. The way I judge a person, one, it's based on what they say.
Mhm,
But two, I'm not gonna do research to see. I'm not gonna verify you because I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. That's crazy, right? This guy does not
mhm,
affect me. If, like
mhm.
people around me, there's nobody because there are some fanatics, for this person.
Yeah.
But I don't think I know anybody who's like that. If I knew someone like that who like came into my social settings regularly
Uh-huh.
and brought this person up and wanted to debate, then maybe I would be more interested in like verifying and researching and looking for data and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the impression I got from him is I don't I actually I'm kind of nervous because I think a lot of people that I know like him.
Mm.
But I don't know, just negative impression overall. That's what I'm gonna
Well,
say.
I will say this: if you, because so there were like two big things that people kept saying about him, like the whole he said it's worth people dying to keep the Second Amendment,
Oh, I've seen those
and
clips recently. Yeah.
yeah, that one, and the whole one where he said he doesn't think empathy is real, like he thinks empathy is harmful. Like I saw those two things, but it just so happened to actually watch the clips where he talks about those things, and like when you listen to the full, like what he actually says, it's much more reasonable
Oh,
than
sure. Yeah.
what the sound bites make it
Yeah.
seem like. So I do think if you just really are finding him through what happened to him recently, then yeah, I think it is easy to view him in a much more negative light than you would if you regularly view his stuff or view his longer form stuff is what I will say. Like I just knowing what I know of you, if you watched like the longer videos, I'm sure there are things that you're not gonna, but I think you wouldn't think as negatively of him as you do. You see,
No,
did you get what I'm
but
saying?
yeah, yeah. It's not what he says. It's honestly, it's part of it. It's the setting that he creates because it's unfair because he's a professional debater and he spends full-time hours of his day just thinking about things he wants to say because a debate is your opinions that you're trying to justify with facts and data, yes. And I'm sure a lot of the things he said, if you really looked into okay, here's another thing too. I'm not a big fan of statistics because you can find numbers to justify anything. And a bad person, now I'm not saying he's a bad person, but like a competitive person maybe will just find data that will like be beneficial to your talking points. And anyway, that I think is very possible for not just him but all people who debate online. Okay, so messing like not representing data honestly or maybe like even just ignorantly is my one um what's it called, precaution with people like this. Two, but the setting itself, it's not fair because he's arguing against people who are just randomly like just walking off the street. Then of course you're gonna seem
But
more right.
the thing is, they choose the things to debate about.
No, I understand, but he creates that setting, and but if you watch him versus like academics who also like study all that stuff, like stuff that I don't care about studying right now,
Mhm.
then it seems more like a leveled playing field, and then it's totally different. Like Charlie Kirk, I've seen lots of clips, like full long clips of people saying you're just lying and incorrect.
Mhm.
And then like the stuff that he gets called out on by smarter, more prepared people, he goes and like uses that same information to make himself seem correct in a setting where there's a disparity, which I'm just not, to me that's what it feels like and seems like, and I'm not a big fan of that, and he's taking
Mhm.
advantage of that situation. It's like a
Oh,
manipulation.
this is interesting
Yeah.
because like for me, like if you were going to like high schools and middle schools, I would agree with
Oh,
you.
but colleges,
But I don't. Yeah, I feel like with colleges, those are the people that are supposed to be equipped to have these conversations, right?
like these
And
are
and these are the and these are kids that are coming up to the mic, so they have some level of confidence of what they're talking about, right? So if because to like if one of the students comes up and because they're less prepared, they get humiliated, then I think that's a valuable lesson because the assumption is they walked up to the mic believing that they were confident and they had ironclad ideas about this thing, but they walk away kind of thinking, oh, maybe I don't know all about it.
Mm,
So in
I
a
no, I agree.
collegiate setting, I
Uh-huh.
feel like that's valuable. Yeah.
Okay, so I do think a lot of college students especially are uneducated and they say things to justify how they feel, or they just kind of go along with everybody who kind of, like their crowd. And uh, uh I'm trying to think of like nice words to say things. But there are some people,
Uh,
right? Yeah, yeah. So
uh,
I think identifying that and helping people realize, oh, I really need to think about I need to think more deeply about my opinions and back it up with some, facts and numbers and data and stuff like that. Okay, okay, but even facts, numbers, and data and stuff, there are like, let's say, two opposing, sort of on the opposite side, a spectrum of like conservative or liberal, more progressive views, right? There are quote unquote checking organizations that will check the same facts, but like verify differently. I think that sort of information. So there's a lot of false information out there. So it's really, really hard to find good information. And sure, okay, sure, college students should be able to do that. Anyway, but that part doesn't matter that much. So I agree that if a kid gets like, what's it called? If they are shown how wrong and unprepared they are to have these opinions that they have, right? Sure, I think that's a good thing, but the overall setting I think is unfair because even if you're a college student, bro, you're not spending all day long like doing like it. This is it's like Kobe Bryant coming to a college campus and dunking on college students. I think that's not
but
fair.
the college students don't play in the NBA.
No, but it's a professional debater versus just random people off the street. Doesn't matter
But
their
but
education.
the ramification is the same though, right? Because the professional debater has one vote and the college students have one vote.
One vote.
Yeah. So like they equally have the same amount of like power to change policy. But in a yeah, Kobe Bryant coming up and dunking on college students is unnecessary because they're not in the NBA. But he dunks on everybody on in the NBA, no matter what the skill disparity is, right? Because the ramifications are the same. They're on the same playing field.
I don't think the ramifications are the same because this guy, like people, because of the setting he creates, he seems more correct than the other person. Just because the other person, sure, like it's their fault, they're unprepared and whatever, right? But you seeming more correct in that situation, it makes it seem like you are correct, even if you possibly are mistaken or straight up maybe like lying or I don't know, you're whatever, right? Then people are gonna think, oh yeah, like these opinions I share with this person, even though he could be incorrect or lying, they are correct because of this like this thing that I'm looking at, and it looks like this person is way more smart and correct than this other person here. There are giant ramifications to that and consequences, I think. So my point is, he's kind of a bully, and he made money being a bully. And sure, these are adults, but like, yeah. Anyway, that's it.
Yeah.
So overall,
No.
that's how I felt about. That's my impression of him. I don't know anything about this person at all. Just based on that setting, I didn't like because it did seem unfair.
But where
Yeah.
like if not in colleges, where do you go to debate?
Well, he went to like I enjoyed debates he went to with like more prepared people. Like debating too, it's a skill. It's something that you practice. Like there are debating teams who compete with other debate teams. Like it's a skill that you learn, you know? I'm sure there are strategies and tactics, which again, like a person who walks up to a mic, they don't know what they don't know, and he is so prepared and like it's like, yeah, again, just because it's a verbal confrontation, it's like a boxer who's been training his whole life every day for a year, let's say even just a year, versus a guy who walks up off the street who exercises regularly. It won't even be close.
So like the reason my issue with that logic is like at a church, like
Yeah,
a person who comes off the street who enters a church to debate with the pastor.
yeah.
In that setting, you're saying the pastors win, right? Because that's something that they've been thinking about and they've been that's like the thing that they live and breathe. But just because that's the case doesn't mean that it's unfair because the initiator is the person who steps into the church.
If okay, see that's a totally different kind of conversation because if a person who like intention matters. So if a person wants to argue about God versus a guy who went to college and studies, Bible or Jesus or whatever, right? I don't think it depends on the guy who walks off the street. If this person has no experience or very little experience, and like most people, okay, so in that setting with Charlie Kirk, like college students, they are not studying regularly to debate anybody about their beliefs, right? Which I think him showing people that you should be more like you should be studying a little bit more about the opinions and beliefs that you have, and like making more complete ideas. I think that's fair. I think that's okay. But in a setting like let's say a random person who just kind of knows like has heard about Jesus a little bit and has opinions about Jesus comes into a church, if they're there to debate the pastor who like whether God is real or not, give me a second. That that I think is just actually I think that is what's the point of that conversation anyway? But if somebody wanted to come and learn from the pastor and have a constructive conversation, that's totally different. Which obviously that's not what Kirk and college kids are having. They're fighting each other, trying to prove one another right.
But it's the students approaching to try to prove themselves right is my point. I think intention matters. Yeah, it's the intention of the students who are coming up to have the debate. I would agree with you if he was going around and just getting in people's faces and debating, but that that's the part where that's the disconnect for me is he didn't do that. Like it was an open forum kind of thing. And in my mind, that's what college is supposed to be, where you have open forum discussions to learn. And if you're like you wouldn't tell a professor, oh, you're a bully because you're challenging my ideas and you have way more experience than me at about full. Like you wouldn't do that, right? You would well obviously the professor knows more and so laying down some knowledge for these even if he's being even if he's being like not truthful or maybe manipulative, like no one would fault the professor for doing his job and challenging the ideas of the students, right? Whether it's to change the ideas of the student or to help them strengthen their ideas articulated better.
If a professor was straight up lying, or even like, so intention matters. But these two people in a debate are trying to convince one another, and if a person is using stuff they don't know is not true, or they on purpose are using incorrect facts to justify their opinions, yeah, that is totally messed up. If a professor was
Yeah, but
doing that, that's totally messed up.
well, no, I don't mean incorrect facts because I
Yeah.
don't know that I can't think of any examples where Charlie Kirk did that, but your claim was that he misrepresented certain statistics, right?
Probably without no, honestly without really knowing it. Yes, I'm gonna assume he did that.
Yeah, I don't know that that's a good assumption to begin with, but
Why?
I'm saying even if you, because there's no basis for
No,
it. You're
there
saying
are
that
no
you,
there are without me looking
no.
into it, but there are videos of people who straight up call him out. You're wrong. That like you're the stats you're pulling up. These are the reasons why they're wrong, and they just keep arguing instead of like talking about the reasons why he's incorrect.
So it's equally possible, without knowing
No,
what those
sure,
stats are,
sure,
it's
sure.
equally possible, right, that each person is wrong. But
Yeah.
my point is, like, if it's an ambiguous stat like that, I don't like that means that there's not a clear answer to whatever they're portraying. So it's healthy to portray both sides. You know what I mean? Like if we think about the statistics on youth group kids leaving the church, like there's many different interpretations of why that's happening. There's not one clear answer, right? But just because like I say, oh, I think it's because like the church isn't doing a good job of taking care of these youth group kids, and you
Oh, we
disagree
have to
with it,
stop. We
that
have to stop.